So, standing comfortably, with your feet comfortably a little further than hip width apart. We're going to continue doing this top to bottom practice that we've been doing, but making sure that your feet are planted, your knees soft, and just coming into a connection with the spine. So you can close your eyes and try and connect with the physical presence of your spine in space. So the bottom, the length, and then the top. And just rocking your hips, doing that very slow hula hula dance. And allowing the spine to just move as if it was hanging in, as if you was looking at it or feeling into it, hanging in space. And when you move your shoulders or your hips, then the spine snakes from side to side, like a water snake. You can move your skull as well, because the spine actually goes right up inside the skull. Top few vertebrae almost hidden at the back of the skull. We don't need to do too much analysis of the spine. We'll be coming back to that a bit later, but just to have a sense of it hanging in space. And then we lift our hands and tap right at the top. It's not the top of the spine, but it's actually where the spine points, if you think of the spine as an arrow, going through the skull up to the occiput, up to the fontanelles, where the sutures meet, about 2/3 of the way back. And again, if you have high blood pressure or epilepsy, you don't want to do this too hard, but otherwise you can just let your fingers fall like little silver rain drops on the crown. And then coming down with your fingers, just stroking your forehead, your worried brow, from the center out towards the temples, smoothing out your furrowed brow. Seamus Heaney said in a poem I was reading today, like the furrowed brain plays on that furrowed brow idea, but replaces it with brain. So in some sense, we're also soothing the brain inside the skull. And then underneath the eyes, I really love this one. Doing a big U-shaped sweep from the corner of the eyes by the nose, along the line of the cheekbone up to the ears. And Jenny taught me this one. Very grateful for this pleasing self-massage. And then coming to the jaws, tapping at the jaw, or if you can bear it, massaging the joint between the two top and bottom jaw at the back. Very tender place. Letting the jaw really hang down. And then finding your collarbone with your fingers. So keeping all the face relaxed, but slowly we're working down, leaving a trail of relaxation behind us. And then tapping with your fingers And that fleshy ridge underneath the collarbone, the K27 points. Waking up the energy in the torso, strengthening our immune system. I'm going to add a stop here, so we're going to squeeze underneath our armpits, squeezing the side of the body, have a rummage around there in your armpits for the lymph nodes. I was reading about the lymph nodes this weekend. Very, very significant for our inner health, particularly for our immune system. So we need to massage our lymph nodes whenever we can. And generally, when they feel a bit sore, then that's a sign that they need rubbing. They've got a bit stagnant. And then coming down to the middle of the breastbone, above the thymus gland, tapping there. Just use one hand if you like. And then underneath the rib arch on either side, tapping up of the abdominals. On either side of the abdominals, tapping slightly upwards. It's the spleen meridian, both sides. And then in the crease where your legs join the body is another set of lymph nodes. Give them a rub. And then doing our Alexander Lowen's technique of coming up onto your tiptoes, the balls of your feet, and leaning forward, lifting your heels as high as you can, really engaging your legs, your thighs, your buttocks, and the pelvic girdle, waking up the base of the spine, engaging the arch of the feet, breathing nice and deeply, pushing your bum out. Alexander Lowen would make his clients do this over a sort of like a horse, like in a gymnasium, a horse, when they would hang for like 30 minutes to release trauma in their spine. So count yourself lucky that we're only doing it for 30 seconds. Lifting your heels and then lowering your heels, rolling up. Feeling the spine unroll, continuing the roll up, lifting your arms up to the sky wide, big Y shape, face up to the heavens, heaven rushing in, Donna Eden's heaven rushing in posture. Breathing nice and deeply, opening the rib cage with the arms. Even if you're staring up at the light in your house, imagine that above the building is the big open blue sky, and above the clouds, interstellar space. And then getting the arms back, putting one finger in the belly button and one in the third eye, and pulling up, letting the body relax. Very good, and then zipping up, so zipping from the pubic bone up the front of your body to your top lip 3 times. As if you're doing up a big zipper. And then coming down to a nice comfortable lying down posture, so lying on your back.